Welcome back to How to Cook Great. On the menu today we're going to make this delicious chicken stew. Mexican kind of styly, do you know what I mean? Okay, let's get started. So I've got my chicken here. So I've got skin on and bone in, and I've cut it into kind of fairly smallish parts. We're going to be needing some onions and potatoes along with quite a few other bits. So let's get started. You're going to kind of need a medium-sized pan on medium heat with some oil in there. At this stage, we're going to just drop in the chicken parts. We're going to add some salt and pepper, and we're going to just stir it around and cook it for around 6 minutes. Just a gentle reminder, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so, and a thumbs up always helps the algorithm out. So at this stage, we're now going to drop in the 1 cup of onions. But before I do that, I'm going to put in a couple of teaspoons of garlic. I'm using a kind of minced garlic. You can just chop it if you want. So we're staying on this medium heat all the way here. Next up, we're going to get our potatoes ready. As you can see, I've got mine. You can see how I've cut them. They're fairly smallish. Now, before I drop them in, I'm going to put in some fresh chili. I'm putting my chili in whole. You don't have to put it in at all if you don't want. And if you want, you can chop it. The reason I put it in whole is you can take it out easily a bit later. Okay, in go our potatoes. And we're just going to throw them around again on the medium heat for 5 minutes. So we're going to go with some spices, of course, and 1 cup of red beans. I'm using mine from a can. Now, if you use from a can, do me a favor. I give them a nice wash in some cold water first. Okay, so 1 teaspoon each of the spices here. Oregano, cumin, coriander, and chilli powder. Again, a little mix, and we're going to go for about another 4 minutes or so. So we're going to need some tomatoes in here. I'm using a 400 ml regular size can of tomato and 135 grams of tomato paste. My tomatoes were a whole plum. I just kind of mushed them up. And then we're just going to cook this for about another 5 minutes. Give it a stir every now and then. And next up, I'm going to be adding our last and final vegetables. I'm going to use some mushrooms and some bell peppers. About 2 cups of mushrooms and about a cup of bell peppers. Gives it a nice bit of colour, the peppers do. Now, of course, you can be adding any vegetables you want to this. Eggplants can go in, celery, carrots, you know, the list goes on and on. That's up to you. This is the selection that I'm using today. Okay, so look, once the mushrooms are in and the peppers are in, give it one or two little stirs, and then we're going to pop a lid on that. Stay on the medium heat and go for about 5 to 6 minutes. So what should happen is we should get some moisture from our mushrooms. So as you can see, I've got plenty of moisture, or enough moisture for my mushrooms. If you didn't, add a little bit of water. All we're going to do now is we're going to add a little bit of fresh cilantro, or coriander as some of you call that. Check the dish for salt. You might want to adjust that. Little mix, job done, off we go. Of course, delicious with white rice, but I like it also with some nice crusty bread, you know. Okay, that's it, job done. I hope you enjoy that. Keep safe, keep well. I'll see you soon. Lots of love.